Morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are excited to welcome you to today's webinar titled Shizuoka Investment Promotion Seminar. In charge of today's seminar is Kawashima-san, who is responsible for attracting foreign companies to Shizuoka as part of her role at Shizuoka Prefectural Government's office. I will be speaking on behalf of her for this portion. Before we begin, let's take a moment to go over some housekeeping items. This webinar will last approximately 2 hours. It will not include a Q&A session. Instead of a Q&A session, I would like to ask everyone to complete a questionnaire form after the seminar. Please share any questions or comments you have for us in the form if you have any. We are recording this webinar, and the recording will be available afterwards. Now, I would like to introduce the agenda and our speakers for today. In the first section, I will introduce the attractions and investment environment of Shizuoka. In the second section is about the subsidies of Shizuoka Prefecture. It will be presented by Mr. Mizoguchi from the General Policy Division of the Shizuoka Prefectural Government and Nishikawa-san from the Industry Promotion Division. The third section is an interview section. Kawashima-san will conduct an interview to share the experiences of companies who have established offices in Shizuoka. Mr. Kuwamura, the representative of Sakura Communication, and Mr. Park, the representative of Bosai AI, will join us as interviewees. So, Mr. Kuwamura and Mr. Park, could you please introduce yourself and give us a quick introduction?
Oh, can I speak now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tokio Kuwamura. Yeah, I guess Tokyo is the very easiest name in Japan. Tokyo. Sounds like Tokyo City. Okay. My company is established in Tokyo 22 years ago. Yeah. It's our main business is software developing. Then 4 years ago, the Shizuoka Prefecture's offer, we established a Shizuoka office, which is a really wonderful decision, we believe. And we are working with foreign companies. I will explain later. Yeah. Then Shizuoka is one of the place to work with overseas, that I believe. Okay. Then I'm gonna explain the 4 years what is the benefit located in Shizuoka and how my company changed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kuwamura. And Mr. Park?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jongdeok, and English name is Aaron Park from South Korea, and founder of Bosai AI. I started my business from 2022 from Korea, and I decided Shizuoka Prefecture, the place to start my business in Japan. So Bosai AI is a startup to provide robotics and AI to inspect aging cities. We provide the hardware to collect data and use AI models to automate the detections. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much. So thank you, Mr. Kuwamura, and thank you, Mr. Park, for your introductions. So for our final section, we'll be talking about investment in Japan. It will be given by ARC Outsourcing KK. Okay, and so Mr. Makabe, could we have an introduction on the agenda for this part?
Okay, thanks so much. We are ARC Outsourcing under ARK Group, and we have been providing our professional services mostly to the subsidiaries of multinational companies from overseas. We have been in this industry for about like 20 years and have experienced, so that today we're really happy to share our experiences to those who are very interested in investing into Japan. Thanks so much.
Mr. Makabe. So we will we are excited for your talks later. So let's move on to the first topic, which is attractions of Shizuoka Prefecture and its investment environment.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kawashima from Regional Diplomacy Division in Shizuoka Prefectural Office. First of this seminar, let me introduce the investment environment of Shizuoka. Do you know where the Shizuoka is located? It is located almost in the middle of Japan. The first things many people think of Shizuoka are Mount Fuji, the highest mountain in Japan, hot springs, and green tea. Shizuoka has a well-established transportation system. By Shinkansen, it takes only 1 hour from Shizuoka to Tokyo or Nagoya. There are 2 expressways, Tome Expressway and Shintome Expressway, running through Shizuoka, provide convenient transportation by car as well. Transportation network Shizuoka has not only by land, but also by sea and by air. Shizuoka has 2 international ports for regular container and 1 international airport. Shizuoka is known as a manufacturing-driven prefecture, leading Japan's economy. Its gross production is about 90 trillion yen, ranking in the 10th largest among 47 prefectures. The manufacturing industry accounts for 40% of total production, with transportation equipment, food, and pharmaceuticals among the most important industries. Also, Shizuoka's industrial product shipment value totals about 70 trillion yen, ranking in the 4th largest. Shizuoka Prefecture is establishing industrial innovation hubs in high-potential sectors to drive up the local economy and foster the creation of advanced industries in Shizuoka. For example, in Eastern region, there's Pharma Valley, consisting health and pharmacy industry, while Western region has Photon Valley with lighting and electrical industry. Also, we are aiming to develop new promising industrial fields such as environmental and healthcare, automobiles, and optical technology. Let me introduce the features and their challenges of each part of Shizuoka and their business demands. Western part of Shizuoka is home to manufacturers of vehicles, electrical machinery, musical instruments, or textiles, and making it have a fun for manufacturing. It has one of the highest tea production volumes in Japan and is also active in the production of agricultural products such as melons and potatoes. To improve productivity, it is necessary to promote the adoption of ICT technologies and strengthen efforts towards carbon neutrality. We are looking for companies that can support these initiatives. Central part of Shizuoka is home to food and pharmaceutical manufacturers and have thriving tea production industries and fisheries. In order to attract both new and repeat customers, data analysis or utilizing is needed. Also, tea manufacturers are actively exploring overseas markets to export their green tea leaves. In the fisheries industry, due to aging demographics and rising input costs, there is a need to transition to data-based smart fisheries creating business opportunities for companies that can provide solutions. Eastern part of Shizuoka hosts a wide range of industries such as paper making, food, transportation, and production equipment, and chemical. It is convenient for people who live in this area to commute to work or school in Tokyo metropolitan area. It causes labor shortages because many young people to move to the metropolitan area for higher education or jobs. Because of the shortage of workers, staffing service and ICT utilization business are needed. Similar to the Western region, where manufacturing is prevalent, we also seeking companies that can support effort towards carbon neutrality. Izu area is the area located in Izu Peninsula. It has the biggest number of hot springs inns in Japan, with a thriving tourism industry. Aging rate of some regions in this area exceeds 50% and suffering from rapid population decline. In the tourism industry, amidst labor shortages, there are need to recover the number of tourists that decreased during the COVID-19 pandemic and to enhance services for the increasing number of international travelers. We are looking for companies that can provide support in these areas, in addition to the shortage of, We provide multi-stage support to companies expanding into Shizuoka, starting from the consideration phase all the way through to post-establishment follow-up. For companies that meet certain criteria, we offer subsidies to assist with the establishment of their facilities. The detailed conditions will be explained later. We are fully committed to backing your business. Thank you for listening. Now, we'll move on to next section. Mr. Mizuguchi will introduce our subsidies by Shizuoka Prefectural Government for companies who establish offices in Shizuoka. Thank you.
静岡県総合政策課水口です。よろしくお願いします。私の方からですね、静岡県の方に、サテライトオフィス、オフィスをですね、建設する際に活用できる補助金について説明をします。静岡県に ICT や高度技術、人材関係の企業等がオフィスを設置。静岡県に ICT や高度技術、人材関係の企業等がオフィスを設置する場合、県から1年間でオフィス賃借、改修通信費として510万円の補助があります。また、ソフトウェア、情報通信、インターネット関連産業に特化すれば、さらに人件費を加え、 3年間で最大2180万円の補助となります。
Hello, my name is Mr. Mizuuchi from the General Policy Division from Shizuoka Prefectural Government. I would like to talk about Shizuoka's subsidy programs. So as part of Shizuoka's initiatives, the prefecture will provide a 5.1 million yen subsidy for office rent, renovations, communication expenses to businesses or companies in fields such as ICT, professional and technical services, and human resources that set up an office in Shizuoka. In addition, for related industries specializing in software, information services, and internet-based services, including labor costs up to 21.8 million yen in assistance can be provided over a 3-year period.
また、本補助金は2つの事業で構成されており、ICT サービス関連企業進出事業と高度 ICT 人材確保事業になります。基本的には ICT サービスは要件が緩い分、補助金が少なめで、その中で一定の要件を満たすと高度 ICT に該当し、補助金額が増えるといったイメージで考えてください。
This subsidy consists of 2 projects, the ICT and service-related business expansion project and the highly skilled ICT professionals recruiting project. Generally speaking, ICT services have a relatively loose requirement, so the subsidy amount is lower. However, one key point we'd like you to remember is that if certain requirements are met, they qualify as highly skilled ICT services, resulting in a higher subsidy amount.
まず、ICT サービス関連企業進出事業から説明します。対象業種は、情報通信業、専門技術サービス業、職業紹介、労働者派遣業です。
For this next slide, I would like to talk about the ICT and service-related businesses expansion project. The industries that fall under this category include telecommunications, professional and technical services, and job placement and worker dispatch services.
要件は3つで、新たに事業所を設置する県外法人であること、事業を1年以上行う計画を有すること、常勤の役員または常勤非雇用者を1人以上配置することとなります。
There are 3 requirements. The new company must be an out-of-prefecture corporation establishing a new office. They must have a plan to operate for at least 1 year and must have at least 1 full-time officer or full-time employee.
補助対象経費は県内に新たに設置する拠点の賃借料や通信費、回収費となっており、補助率は2分の1です。期間は賃借料と通信料が1年間、回収費は1回となります。
The subsidy covers the cost of rent, communications, and renovation of new sites in the prefecture with a subsidy rate of 50%. The term of coverage will be 1 year for rent and 1 year for communications and will also include a one-time subsidy for renovation costs.
で、産業イノベーション推進課の西川から説明させていただきます。
So now, I am Nishikawa-san from the Industry Promotion Division, and I would like to talk about the next portion with.
今からは高度 ICT 人材確保事業についてご説明いたします。
Next, we will go over the highly skilled ICT human resources securing project.
こちらは静岡県内における ICT 人材の確保と地域産業の高度化による経済活性化を目的とした事業となります。
The purpose of this project is to secure ICT human resources in the prefecture and to revitalize the economy by upgrading local industries.
対象業種はソフトウェア業、情報処理提供サービス業、インターネット付随サービス業で、一般的に IT 企業と呼ばれる企業がおおむね対象となります。
The industries that fall under this project include software, information services, internet-based services, and generally IT companies fall under this as well.
要件は3つで、新たに事業所を設置する法人であること、事業を3年以上行う計画を有すること、高度 ICT 技術者を1人以上配置することです。
This project has 3 requirements and must be a company establishing a new office in Shizuoka, must have a plan to operate for at least 3 years, and must have at least 1 highly skilled ICT engineer assigned.
こちらのメニューは、すでに県内に事業所を有する法人も対象となります。高度 ICT 技術者の要件の詳細は後ほど説明いたします。補助経費は、 ICT サービス事業と同様、新たに設置する拠点の賃借料、通信料、改修費の2分の1で、賃借料と通信費は3年間の補助となります。
This means that corporations with offices already existing in Shizuoka Prefecture may be eligible. The requirements for advanced ICT engineers will be explained afterwards. As with the ICT and service-related business expansion project, the subsidy covers 1/2 of the rental, communication, and renovation costs of the newly established location, with the rental and communication costs subsidized for 3 years.
またこちらの事業では、高度 ICT 技術者の人件費も補助対象となり、1年あたり200万円を上限として3年間補助いたします。さらに ICT 技術者の交流の促進や ICT 技術者以外の一般の方の ICT に対する理解促進を目的とした ICT 交流拠点を整備する場合は、賃借料と改修費の補助率が3分の2に加算される特例もあります。交流拠点では ICT に関するイベントやセミナー、共同研究等を実施していただくことを想定しています。
The personnel expenses for advanced ICT engineers are also eligible for subsidy, with an upper limit of 2 million yen per year for 3 years. In addition, there is a special exception whereby the subsidy rate for rent and renovation costs is increased to 2/3 if a company establishes a center such as an ICT exchange center or innovation hub for the purpose of promoting exchange among ICT engineers and promoting understanding of ICT among general public other than ICT engineers. The exchange center is expected to conduct activities such as ICT-related events, seminars, and joint research.
続いて、補助要件のうち、高度 ICT 技術者についてご説明いたします。
In this final section, I would like to discuss the highly skilled ICT engineers, which are a part of the subsidy requirements.
高度 ICT 技術者は、日本の高度情報処理技術者試験合格者、またはそれと同等以上の高度な知識及び技術を有する者と県が認定した方、かつ ICT に関する高度な知識及び技術を活用した業務に従事した経験のある常勤役員または常勤非雇用者となります。
Advanced ICT engineers refers to those who have passed one of the Advanced Japan Information Technology Engineers examinations or hold equivalent certification. The applicant will be a full-time officer or full-time employee with experience in operations that utilize advanced knowledge and technology related to ICT.
高度情報処理技術者試験については、丸1に記載の通りです。資格をお持ちでない場合は、候補となる方の履歴書や職務経歴書等により審査させていただきます。
For the Advanced Information Processing Engineer examination, please refer to number 1 here on the left-hand side of the screen. If the candidate does not hold any of these qualifications, we will examine the candidate's resume and work history.
以上で、補助金に関する説明は以上になります。ありがとうございました。
Thank you for listening to our presentation. Thank you, Mr. Mizuguchi and Mrs. Nishikawa. Now, let's move on to the next part, experiences of companies that have set up offices in Shizuoka. In this section, we have Mr. Kuwamura, the representative of Sakura Communication, and Mr. Park, the representative of Bosai AI, both of whom have established offices in Shizuoka Prefecture utilizing the subsidies we explained earlier. Thank you for being here. Let's give a warm virtual welcome to Mr. Kuwamura and Mr. Park.
Hello, Mr. Konoha. I'm Mr. Park. Thank you for coming here today, and thank you for waiting for a long time. Thank you very much. So, I would ask for some questions to you, and I would request you to answer in order. So first of all, could you please introduce your business and tell me why did you decided to establish offices in Shizuoka? With Mr. Kwamura first, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can I share my presentation material?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah, first, let me explain what my company is doing. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's very easy slide. Okay, can you look at? Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Right. So my company is basically software, IT companies, software development. Yeah. Then started the business in Tokyo 22 years ago. Okay. Then my main market is domestic business, especially in Tokyo areas. There's so much jobs in Tokyo. Yeah. Then why Shizuoka? Yeah. Then my company is also doing business with foreign countries. Yeah. Like since our industry is not enough engineers. Yeah. We have to we have to ask overseas. I mean, overseas engineer is wonderful. That is another reason. Yeah. For example, my company is working with Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Romania, Vietnam, Philippines. And that is one of the business. Okay. Another one is some company wants to open Japanese market. Yeah, they want to come to Japan and extend their business. And we help those kind of business too, like overseas product localization to make the Japanese interface and sell in Japan. Yeah, those is the two main business in my apartment. Okay, yeah. Then reason why we came to Shizuoka. There's so many stories, but first, it's a very important thing is in Japan. I guess it's not necessarily IT industry. So many industry we don't have a human. We don't have a human. We don't have a resources, human resources. Japanese population is shrinking, going down. Okay, yeah, and my industry is not exception. Yeah, we are always looking for engineers. Yeah, but if your company is not attractive enough, it's really hard. It's really hard to hire people. That is one of the point. Okay, yeah. Then we have been thinking how we change it. My company is not necessarily big. If it's a big company, maybe you have many chances, but that is the problem. Then we got an offer from Shizuoka. Okay, why don't you open Shizuoka office in Shizuoka? Yeah. Then first, okay, that is really great idea. Yeah, Shizuoka is seems like a really wonderful place. Yeah, but I was born and grew up in Tokyo area, so be honest, I have visited Shizuoka only 2 or 3 times in my life. I had no idea what Shizuoka is. Then after our research, yeah, we figure out Shizuoka is, yeah, like really wonderful place. It's not necessarily like countryside. Yeah, it has a city function and a beautiful nature too. Yeah, please imagine living in Tokyo, maybe Osaka too. Yeah, it's really concrete jungle. Yeah, so it's convenient every day. You can get everything what you want. Yeah, but how to grow child and live with a family. Yeah, in concrete jungle. I'm talking about the quality of life, quality. Yeah. Then I figure out Shizuoka is wonderful nature and the city, and yeah, this is my picture. Wonderful food. People are really calm and nice. Yeah, I couldn't imagine how people live in there. Yeah. So the end of the day, I feel I could start offer to my employee or future employee. Okay, why you work in Tokyo, but in the future, why don't you work in Shizuoka? Because it's really like a nice balance. I mean, quality of life is waiting for there. Yeah. Or even people from Shizuoka, okay, maybe younger days, they can come to Tokyo and enjoy the younger life. In 30s, 40s, yeah. After that, maybe have a family, and whether you are living in your hometown, with working with my company, those kind of life plan I could design with all of employees. That is a stronger reason. Yeah, the life plan. Okay. Yeah. Then after like 3 years, 4 years of result. Okay, this idea worked really well. Yeah, especially by company, we need to hire IT talented who speaks Japanese, who speaks English. I can share you. It's impossible to hire those people in Tokyo. Yeah, especially like such as middle-sized company. It's impossible. But in Shizuoka, yeah, we succeed human resource this strategy. Yeah, 1 year. Be honest, we couldn't hire zero engineers from Tokyo. But yeah, in Shizuoka we succeed. Yeah, who speaks English and talented. Yeah, that is really huge result for us. So human resource strategy is one of the reason. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kuwamura. And how about you, Mr. Park? Could you introduce your business and tell me why did you decided to come to Shizuoka?
I also share some slide a little bit.
Sure,
Okay.
please.
Hello everyone. My name is Aaron from South. I'm Aaron Park from Bosai AI, and simply I explain our services. We are using developing robotics to collect data, and then provide AI models to detect anomalies such as cracks, breathings, or some steel exposure on the tunnels. And then we use some satellite data. And then we merge open data from Japanese government, and then use GIS dashboard, and customers know where to fix first. And I'm worried about the telecom.
Oh, he has bad connection, so we have to wait for a while.
Hi,
Mr. Park? Hi.
sorry for disconnected.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I'm in London now, and this internet connection is too bad here. So, okay, uh, so I'll briefly explain. So I'm starting my. Can you hear me? It's okay now? Sorry. So we use robot and AI to. So we are using robot and AI to inspect the concrete tunnels of aging infrastructures of the city, and collecting the data and use the AI models to detect the cracks or leakings. So we make a automated report. So the reason why I choose Shizuoka is there are two reasons. The first one is product market fit and visa sponsor. So as an international startup, product market fit is very important to start the international expansion. And there's a Fukuroi city who wants to do POC for disaster prevention, and that's the right place that our company to get in. So we started with Fukuroi city in Shizuoka Prefecture to apply our solution in their use. So that's the first reason. And second one is visa sponsor. So as a international founder, I need proper legal permission to stay in Japan and start the right to business, right? And Hamamatsu City in Shizuoka Prefecture is one of the sponsorship city of the Japan to run the startup visa. And now I have a business manager visa to grow my business. Thank you so much. And once again, sorry for bad connection from the London. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Park. So let's move on to next question. Mr. Kwamura, could you share with us what kind of support provided by our prefecture government that you found most beneficial when setting up your office in Shizuoka Prefecture? Could you,
Okay.
how the support help you?
All right, sure. Yeah, first, yeah, of course, the wonderful subsidies. Yeah, the financial support it's really sounds good to us, especially when we want to try to Shizuoka. Yeah, my company's internal negotiation. Yeah, you have to do it, right? Yeah, you have to talk to company. Yeah, let's. But in case of my company, be honest. Yeah, we can explain. All right, technically, 3 years office rent can be free. I mean, because the subsidies covers. Yeah, that is our calculation. Yeah, then for us, there's no reason to refuse it. Yeah, because basically we can try the 3 years the established company. Yeah, without any risk. Yeah, of course we have to commit some expenses. It happens, but it's not really big things. Yeah. So first, it's because of the subsidies, we can try. Yeah, we can try it. That is a really big reason. Okay. After we tried it, as I mentioned it, our human resource, the hiring people is really like quickly succeed. So we could see really good benefit. Yeah. Then other thing is, yeah, not only human resource. Yeah, my company, or of course, all of the company, you have to do something new idea, new business, new project. Yeah, new product. Yeah, those stuff. Yeah. Then Shizuoka Prefecture has always listened to me, always listened, and always try to help us. Yeah. For example, we want to do new project. Yeah. Because Shizuoka Prefecture is, that is their job to make us succeed. Yeah. So it's really simply, yeah, they are 100% helpful. I can give you example. After I established the office in Shizuoka, the next year is unfortunately the COVID. Yeah, COVID-19 happens. Yeah. So everybody is just talking, we have to do something new, we have to do. Then my company is made us a project using a metaverse. Yeah, because people assume we are working on online. Then this project, it was really POC phase, the test phase. Yeah, we could share with Shizuoka Prefecture, okay, Kuwamura-san, this is what you're trying to do. All right. So they say they connected to me on another the section of Shizuoka Prefecture. Yeah, that is and they connected the Shizuoka city as well, and the local banks, the bank, yeah, and the local events to yeah, and so on. There's so many connections. Yeah. And the school as well. Yeah. So I feel like, oh, really, it's not only subsidies. I feel like the big support. Yeah, especially networking. Yeah, connecting the people and ideas as well. Yeah, I feel really strong support from them. And one thing I need to add is, yeah, Shizuoka people is really friendly, open-minded. Yeah. But Shizuoka people love Shizuoka. Shizuoka. company. So what if I say I bring to new people business meeting, if my business card is the location is only Tokyo, yeah, they still talk to me. But if you have a Shizuoka office, the address, they're gonna love me. Yeah. Welcome to Shizuoka. Yeah, let's work together. Yeah, because they have a Shizuoka identity. They like. Yeah. So I feel like really like a comfortable to join Shizuoka. Yeah. Society. That's I feel like.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Kwamura. And Mr. Park, how about your thing?
Yes, many things. I can say I received so many things from Shizuoka prefectures beyond the business support. The biggest one, the first subsidies I received is this called the project for, it's a little bit long name. This recruiting highly skilled ICT service that they just introduced a little earlier stage. So it is around 21 million yen for 3 years. It is large amount of money. So if you are international startup, you can use your calculator to exchange rate. So it is large amount of money to compare to other subsidy program from other prefectures. So I used this subsidy for our labors and then office land, which is the largest portion, and then also internet for company. It is telecommunication fees. So it is a lot for me. So this is very beneficial economic benefits to me to start the business seriously from the physical office. Okay, right. And plus this, there are more customized supports like exhibition. There's a so-called TechBit Shizuoka. It is a very large exhibition like a Sushi Tokyo in Tokyo. So you can meet many local target companies and government people, and you can commit with any various type of communities. And also there's some invitation to community to startup ecosystem and also technical engineers. So it helps you to be friendly with your potential customers, engineering departments. There's a good opportunities. So, and also it is first time to meet Kuwamura-san here, but as Kuwamura-san mentioned, there's a customized support from prefectures. So it is not normal and you can fit it. You can compare the customized service from the prefectures. And also, I also feel the people from Shizuoka prefecture are very kind and very friendly to foreigners as well. So if you are international startup, Shizuoka is very recommended and the right place to start. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Park. So thank you for both for joining us and sharing your insight today. As mentioned earlier, and they mentioned, Shizuoka Prefecture provides a variety of support services, companies, supports for companies looking to establish offices here. Please feel free to reach out to us for further information. Thank you very much, Mr. Kwamura-san and Mr. Park-san. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'd like to move on to our next section, and we will be hearing from Mr. Makabe of ARC Outsourcing KK, who will discuss strategies, legal procedures, and tax processes for entering the Japanese market. Mr. Makabe, the floor is yours.
Thanks so much. So before going to the details and sharing the PowerPoint, let me see if our team member will be able to share screen. Okay, so last part of today's seminar, we would like to explain the investment in Japan. since our part is the last part, is because what we are going to explain is a bit boring, but are really important to succeed in Japan. So maybe the audience who is joining today's seminar maybe have a different background. Maybe you're investors, maybe you're business owners, maybe just interested in like a Japanese history or culture. But today we like to explain a bit about what you should be understanding or knowing in order to succeed business in Japan. Before going to the detail, we would like to explain a bit about our company. Would you be able to change the slide? Maybe I can share my screen. Oh, okay, thanks so much. So as we explained earlier, we are ARC Outsourcing established in 2026. And we have been providing our services to the subsidiaries of multinational companies in Japan. With the experience of about like 20 years of supporting subsidiary of multinational companies in Japan, we have experienced so many things through this era. Our firm offers from establishment of the company and accounting, payroll, social insurance, and tax compliance services. And since the variety of services are provided to the clients, we are really experienced in many fields. And we have been providing our consulting services since 2022 to Shizuoka Prefecture. And that is the reason why we are today to explain about investment into Japan. So today's seminar, we are going to cover several items. But first of all, we would like to introduce our members who will be supporting today's session. The first speaker, Yuko-san, will be providing the information about the strategy of market entry and legal consolidations. And for second part, Tsukushi-san will be providing taxation in Japan. And the final third speaker will be providing employment and law by Chie Igarashi-san. So today we are going to cover the basics of entry strategy of Japan, but the key word will be success in Japan. Start with knowing Japan. So please look at the information that we are going to provide. And also now I'm going to hand over to the first part to Yuko-san.
Thank you, Makabe-san, and thank you all for joining today. We are going to talk about 1 more hour, so hope you won't get bored till the end. Don't miss any seconds. If you're interested in investing in Japan, it is important to have better understanding and proceed in accordance with Japanese laws. In this section, we are going to give you brief instructions of legal, tax, accounting, and HR matters, which you must know when you incorporate in Japan. Some of you might already know, and it seems very basic, but let's learn the process of investing in Japan together. There might be something new and helpful to you. Before mapping out your business in Japan, it is also an advantage for you to learn Japan market. Let's start with the reason of why Japan market attracts attention around the world. Was there bad connection? There. Wait a second. Can you see the screen? Okay. Okay. You're joining this seminar because you're interested in investing in Japan or love something about Japan at least. According to the report from Offshore Statistics of Japan, there were about 140,000 of companies were established during 2023, and the number of newly established companies has been increasing year by year. We will tell you some of the highlights of strengths of Japan market, economic strengths, market opportunities, and strategic location. Okay, let's look through them with a little more explanation. Firstly, Japan is the world's fourth largest economy. Success here in Japan could broaden your business opportunity and provide access throughout the Asian region and beyond. Next, aging population in Japan is one of the biggest issues we have been facing. Demand for healthcare, educare, and related services are anticipated to increase more and more. Therefore, the market is expected to grow further thanks to the increasing in use of AI-based technologies. Lastly, Japan ranks fifth worldwide in trade volume. Well-developed infrastructure will accelerate your business in Japan. Additionally, Japan's free trade agreements help eliminate or reduce tariffs. It will lead to easier access to many major markets like China and South Korea. It could be your stepping stone to global expansion. After the deep research on Japan market, you may project success in investing in Japan. It might be still unclear for some of you, or you may think, so what are the next steps for incorporation? Don't worry, we will guide you through the incorporation process in the next part. Once you decided to establish the entity in Japan, the first steps is incorporation. There are three types of major business presences to invest in Japan: representative office, business office, a branch office, and subsidiary company. Each presence has pros and cons, so you need to carefully consider the type of presences based on the business form you desire. Let's get into the major business presences together. Representative office. Representative offices are established as a location for market research and carrying out supplemental tasks before operating a business in Japan. These offices are set to conduct market surveys, collect information, and advertising efforts, but they are not permitted to engage in sales activities. For the advantage, representative office do not require corporate registration, and there is no liability to pay corporate taxes. The operating cost can be expensed out at foreign company. Therefore, you can minimize the running cost in Japan. On the other hand, the representative office cannot open bank accounts or lease real estate in its own name. So, agreement must be signed by the head office of the foreign company or individual who represent the offices. Moreover, the representative offices are not allowed to enroll in the social insurance system. Due to these limitation, it is quite difficult to employ the local workers under the representative office. Second, the branch office. Japan branch offices are a business location that provides services in Japan decided upon by the foreign company. Comparing with subsidiary, you can save operating cost. Branch offices take advantage of value of its foreign head office in many situations, such as sales promotion and opening bank account. It is require minimal regulatory requirement. As a limitation, there must be at least one local director residing in Japan. To avoid base erosion and profit shifting, intercompany trading is limited. Lastly, the foreign company is ultimately responsible for all debts and credits generated by the activities of its Japanese branch offices. Finally, if you're interested in establishing a subsidiary company in Japan, you must choose either a joint stock corporation, which is called Kabushiki Gaisha, limited liability company called Godo Gaisha, or similar entity stipulated by the Japanese Companies Act. A subsidiary is a separate corporation from the foreign company. So the foreign company will bear the liability of an equity participant stipulated by the law for all debts and credits generated by the activities of the subsidiary. Kabushiki Gaisha is the most popular business presence in Japan. It is highly equitable and easier to open a bank account. Speaking of a bank account, opening a bank account, significant benefits of choosing Kabushiki Gaisha is when opening a bank account. Opening a bank account has been more difficult, and the investigation level has become global standards for KYC purpose. With this current situation, the corporate structure and its reliability of Kabushiki Gaisha relatively meets the criteria of opening a bank account compared with the other business presences. Japan major banks also require local director living in Japan. But nominal director is acceptable, so it will be an idea to appoint a nominal director, so you don't need to move into Japan. Next, Godo Gaisha is easy to operate and requires low running cost comparing with Kabushiki Gaisha. It is not required approval of financial statement or published financial gadget. Now your brain is packed with lots of information. You have learned the differences of business presences in Japan so far. And you're wondering, then what procedures are needed for incorporation, aren't you? Company registration process is as you see in the screen. Choose business structure, prepare documentation, legalize necessary documents at the notary office, submit documents to the Legal Affairs Bureau in Japan, and capital injection. Notarization may take time depending on where you're currently located in. The date of establishment will be the date when the documents are submitted to our Legal Affairs Bureau. Be careful. Legal Affairs Bureau is closed on Saturdays, Sundays, year-end, New Year, and any national holidays in Japan. So even if you would like to establish a Japanese entity on your birthday, for example, as long as the date falls in any of those dates, you will not be able to establish the company on that day. So scheduling is very important when establishing a company. As a bonus information, you may need to obtain specific license before starting operation if you like to incorporate in specific industry. Not only industry licenses, but also pre-application to Bank of Japan is necessary in some cases. So please do proactive research and ask local advisor to avoid any legal issue. We Arc Outsourcing is always here for you. Thank you very much for listening. So let's move on to the next topic. I will talk about the taxation of setting up a business in Shizuoka as a subsidiary company. There are three types of taxes that need to be considered when operating a corporation in Japan. This presentation is limited to corporate tax, consumption tax, and withholding income tax. First, I will talk about corporate tax. There are two main types of corporate taxes. They differ in the place. National tax is paid to the Japanese government, while local tax is paid to municipalities such as Shizuoka Prefecture and Shizuoka City. Basically, the amount of tax is calculated by multiplying taxable income by the tax rate. When you earn income by business in Japan, for getting rough estimate, a simplified calculation of corporate tax can be made by multiplying the net profit by 30% to 34%. In the other hand, there is a tax that must be paid based on the size of the company, regardless of the amount of taxable income. The amount of corporate inhabitant tax is determined based on the amount of your company's capital and the number of employees. If you incorporate Japan subsidiary in Shizuoka City, you need to pay 71,000 yen as corporate inhabitant tax to Shizuoka Prefecture and Shizuoka City. This amount is minimum amount required to be paid as corporate tax. Second, I will explain about consumption tax. In addition to corporate income tax, consumption tax is imposed on sales transactions. This tax system is similar to the value-added tax in the UK. A simple calculation is to subtract consumption tax on purchase from consumption tax on sales. If the amount is positive, you need to pay the amount to Japan Tax Authority as payable consumption tax. Conversely, if it is a negative amount, it is receivable consumption tax amount. The standard consumption tax rate is 10%, but a reduced tax rate of 8% is applied to certain items, such as groceries. For example, when you sell or purchase a car which pricing 2 million yen, output consumption tax is 200,000 yen. In the other hand, if you sell or purchase groceries like oranges, it is applied reduced tax rate 8%. However, when you eat oranges in restaurant, standard rate will be applied. Depending on the transaction, we need to decide which tax rate we should use. In addition, under the Japanese consumption tax system, there is a qualified invoice issuer system.
if you have customers of a Japanese corporation, it may be incurred whether you are a qualified invoice issuer or not. So, this is one of the things to consider when entering the Japanese market. Next section is handy tips. In principle, corporate tax and consumption tax returns need to be submitted and payment taxes within 2 months of the end of the fiscal year. Please note that this is much shorter time frame than in other countries. However, as a special exception, it is possible to extend the filing deadline by submitting application. In this case, the due date for payment is also not extended. So, you need more carefully the difference due date when you apply extension of due date. Lastly, I introduce withholding income tax. When a Japanese corporation pays dividends or interest on loans to an overseas corporation, which is parent company, a portion of the payment amount must be paid as withholding income tax to the Japanese tax authority. The tax rate is as shown on the slide. Depending on the country to which the money is limited, it may be possible to reduce or exempt the tax rate by concluding the tax treaty. Therefore, when entering the Japanese market, it is advisable to consider which affiliated companies to establish a parent subsidiary relationship with, and whether to enter into a loan agreement. Thank you for listening. Let's go to the next part of HL.
In the next part, I'd like to talk to you about labor management and some important points when considering expanding into Japan. Japanese labor laws and social insurance systems might seem a bit complex at first glance. Some people may have the impression that Japan's labor laws heavily protect workers, making dismissals difficult, or that there are many unique systems making labor management challenging. However, in reality, Japan's system incorporates various procedures to enhance business stability and employee retention. Additionally, in recent years, employment types and work styles have become more diverse, allowing companies to adopt more flexible employment contracts to suit their circumstances. This shift also gives employees the freedom to choose work arrangements that align with their lifestyles, creating new opportunities for companies to secure a workforce with various talent. In this section of this seminar, we break down the key aspects of Japanese labor management and social insurance, providing you with insight to help your business navigate these systems smoothly. Let's get started. First of all, when starting a business in Japan, you will hire employees. In doing so, you are required to establish an employment contract. In Japan, the Labor Standards Act and other related laws set the minimum standards for working conditions. all employment contracts must meet or exceed these minimum standards. If any part of the contracts fall below these standards, that portion will be deemed invalid, even if both employer and employee have agreed to it. And the provisions outlined in the Labor Standards Act will be enforced instead. In addition, employment type and status affect obligations such as overtime pay and social insurance coverage, which I will explain later. Therefore, it is crucial to carefully consider whether to hire an employee as a full-time worker, part-time worker, or a contract employee before making the employment decision. Next, let's talk about creating your company's work rules. When you employ 10 or more workers on a regular basis, you are legally required to create work rules and submit them to the Labor Standards Inspection Office. These work rules must clearly outline various aspects of employment, such as working hours, wages, leave policies, childcare leave, disciplinary actions, and dismissal procedures. If you have fewer than 10 employees, creating work rules is not mandatory. However, it is still highly recommended because work rules and regulations help prevent labor disputes, facilitate your HR process, and clarify employment conditions. On top of that, having work rules in place allows you to simplify individual employment contracts. Some people are surprised to hear that it is a requirement to pay overtime in Japan. Our standard working hours are a maximum of 8 hours per day and 40 hours per week, with at least 1 day off per week. If employees work beyond these hours, employers must pay additional compensation on top of their regular wages. The minimum rate for overpay is clearly defined by law. For work done between regular hours and 10 p.m., employees must be paid at least 25% more than their regular hourly wage. After 10 p.m., this minimum increases to 50%. However, employers are free to set even higher rates if they wish. For example, if someone makes 2,000 yen per hour and works 1 hour overtime, they receive their regular 2,000 yen plus an extra 25%, making the total 2,500 yen for that hour. If they work after 10 p.m., the extra pay increases to 50%, meaning they'd receive 3,000 yen for each hour of late night overtime. It's important to understand that overtime pay is not optional. It is a legal obligation, and failing to comply can result in serious penalties. As a business owner in Japan, ensuring proper management of working hours and overtime pay is crucial to staying compliant with the law. Next, let's talk about Japan's social insurance system. Japan has a universal health insurance system, which means that everyone is required to enroll in some form of public insurance. When you hire employees in Japan, they must be enrolled in 4 types of insurance with no choice to opt out. Let me briefly explain each one. First, there's health insurance. This covers medical expenses in cases of illness or injury, reducing out-of-pocket costs. In Japan, patients typically pay 30% of medical cost, while the remaining 70% is covered by the insurance. Additionally, health insurance provides financial support during maternity leave through a benefit called the maternity allowance. Next is employees' pension insurance. This system ensures financial security after retirement starting at age 65. It also provides coverage in cases of disability and offers survivors' pension benefits to family members if the employee passes away. The premium for these two social insurances are shared equally between the employer and employee. The employee's portion is deducted from their monthly salary, and the employer is responsible for submitting both shares to the relevant authorities. The third type is employment insurance. This provides financial support when an employee becomes unemployed. Beyond employment benefits, it also offers child care leave benefits to support employees who take child care or caregiver leave, helping maintain their income during this period. Companies in Japan are not only responsible for bearing part of the cost, but also for ensuring the correct procedures are followed. Lastly, there's workers' accident insurance. This covers workers-related injuries and accidents, including those that occur while commuting. The premiums for this insurance is fully covered by the employer, meaning employees do not have to pay for it. As you can see, Japan's social insurance system is designed to provide broad support for employees throughout their working lives. As an employer, understanding these systems and managing them properly is critical when hiring workers in Japan. Lastly, let's touch on social security agreements. Japan has signed these agreements with 24 countries so far, expanding across North America, Europe, Asia, and India. And this number continues to grow. These agreements help prevent double payments of social security contributions and ensure that employees moving between Japan and these countries can access pension benefits more easily. One key benefit is the elimination of dual coverage. Without the agreement, employment sent to Japan from overseas would need to pay into both Japan's social insurance system and their home country's social security system. Thanks to this social security agreement, employee can remain enrolled in their home country's system for a certain period, avoiding the burden of double payments. Another important feature is the totalization of contribution period. Specifically, in the United States, you need 10 years of contributions to qualify for Social Security benefits, while in Japan, you need more than 10 years of contributions to qualify for the employee's pension. However, under this agreement, you can combine your contributions periods in both countries to meet the eligibility requirements for each system. That said, this doesn't mean you will receive full pensions from both countries. The actual amount you receive will be prorated based on the length of your contributions in each country. For instance, if you contributed for 5 years in the US and 5 years in Japan, you'd qualify for pension from both countries, but the amount would be calculated proportionally according to the contribution periods in each system. As Japan continues to expand these agreements, the process of international employee mobility into Japan is becoming even smoother, providing more flexibility for companies and employees alike. This is the end of my part. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Yuko-san, Tsukushi-san, and Chie-san for explaining the basics of information about the investment into Japan. As we explained at the beginning, that the key for the success in Japan is to know or understand the basics information about Japan. And for today's seminar, we cover 3 important informations. The first 3, Shizuoka Prefecture introduced the market strategics and also the subsidies that they provide. And also Kuwamura-san and Park-san experience like the actual experiences that they have in Shizuoka Prefecture. And the third part, ARK, explains the professional information about company establishment and also the taxation and HR. And in order to succeed businesses in Japan, we believe knowing the information is really important. We have not covered specialized information about Shizuoka, but now I would like to explain what we can do, what ARC can do with Shizuoka Prefecture. If Kawashima-san follow up on me, and we as a consultant, like a partner of Shizuoka Prefecture, if one of you would like to invest into Japan or into Shizuoka, we will be able to providing the consulting services for Japan market strategy. And with that arrangement, we believe we need like a office address or rent if the business required actual businesses. So in that regard, we believe Kawashima-san or her team will be able to provide information about such, right? Okay. And once this information is available, then we are going to set up an entity or branch office. It's really depending on the situation. And as Kuwamura-san mentioned, that we believe there are so many candidates available in Shizuoka comparing to the difficulty of Tokyo. We believe Shizuoka is one of the places. Yeah, actually, ARK is located in Tokyo, but we believe we'll be able to reach to Shizuoka like in 2 hours. Oops, maybe 2.3 or 3 hours, depending on the, whether you're going to take like a local train or blue train. But it's not that far from Tokyo, reaching to Shizuoka. And actually, I do have 3 kids at this moment, and I will be having 4 in 2 months. And then, as Kuwamura-san mentioned, I'm living in the concrete jungle. But actually, I'm originally from Nagano. It's a countryside. Yeah, and I do believe that Shizuoka is a great place for raising kids. Yeah, with the kind-minded people. So when you consider success in Japan or in any countries, we believe the business sector is really important, but where you belong is more important because the team is what you are going to work with for a longer period. So finding a good candidate, finding a good like consulting partners, finding a good business partner will be the great key to succeed in businesses. And we believe that ARC, as a professional firm, will be able to support in regards to the compliances. And also, we believe there are so many actual business in Shizuoka will be welcoming the investment from overseas. And also, Shizuoka is a good place to start a business or develop a business or expand the business. And hope this information throughout our seminar will be the key insight, great insight for the new journeys into Japan or into Shizuoka. We do have like 15 minutes to go, and if we didn't expect that audience today will be through like a Zoom call, but if they do have like a Q&A for our session, we are happy to take these opportunities if Kawashima-san agrees.
Yeah, sure. So, if you have any questions, please share with chat, or we can't raise your hands in this Zoom. So please send on chat any messages or any questions if you have.
We have a message from D-san. Can we have email or WhatsApp ID?
Contact to connect. So
I do use WhatsApp. Actually, I don't use Line.
Oh, really?
People are surprised.
Japanese often use lines instead of WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we do believe that Shizuoka Prefecture or Kuwamura-san or Park-san is used like a LinkedIn to connect. If somebody would like to exchange information.
Kashima-san, if we don't mind, we can share our LinkedIn address or WhatsApp QR code.
Sure.
Yeah.
And actually, this is first time to meet Kuwamura-san, but based on his seminar, he do also support the inbound businesses into Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And we can probably work together. Yeah, I'm sure you IT section. Yeah, but it's so many companies is interested in open Japanese market. Yeah, they have no connections. Yeah, so of course I can, recommend Shizuoka. Is one wonderful place. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Or their profile.
So here is my LinkedIn account, and anyone, please add me if you're comfortable. Always open to talk.
Yeah, so if any of the guest speakers would like to share their email or WhatsApp, you can add it to the chat here for the participants to find.
Maybe from ARC, somebody from my team will share the LinkedIn link. Yeah, surprisingly, LinkedIn is not widely used in Japan. While, globally widely used, but you can, people should be able to connect through LinkedIn, I believe, nowadays.
Then once we know what is their you are, I mean, the companies who is trying to come to Japan, then we can think of ideas. Yeah, and Shizuoka is especially good in manufacturing industry. Yeah, which is one of the interesting feature. Yeah, and one case is my Taiwanese partner has the product SaaS service. Then we assume, this is good, probably good for manufacturing industry. So, and my business card works. Okay, Kuwamura-san, you have a Shizuoka office. So why don't we try? Yeah, those things it can be. Yeah, we can, once we talk, we can discuss many ideas. Yes, and yeah. Please feel free to contact us. 真壁さんもよろしければ
あありがとうございます。
名刺交換ということで、はい、よろしくお願いします。
Maybe we receive some more comments. Or from Sandin Barson-san, hi, are you also help outbound businesses? How about Kuwamura-san? Are you supporting outbound businesses?
I also help outbound business. Yeah, actually, yes. One of my client is to try to open another market, US, Europe. Yeah. Then, yeah, I help to them to expand the business in Europe. Then they try to open office in over there. Yeah. Then connecting local business partners. Yeah, those stuff I also do it. Yes. Mm.
Great.
Mm.
Actually, we do have partners in India who is
India.
supporting investment from overseas. I mean, not from Japan to India.
Japan to
So
India.
yeah,
Okay.
if you have a client or yeah, if anybody has a clients who are interested in investment from Japan to India, yeah, we
Yes,
also
yes.
support these
Okay,
services.
okay.
Mhm.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah,
Right.
India is a very big market. Yeah, so many people over there. Mhm.
And IT is also key
Exactly.
components
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
India, right? Mm.
Exactly. Mm. Mhm.
So is there any other questions here?
Yeah, if they have any questions later, we have we have answers. Yeah, so I can write down.
Okay.
So give
So-
any feedback. Yeah, it's no problem. Yes.
Yeah, so if you do have any questions, we will also be sending the feedback survey, and there will be a spot for questions. So you can send us any questions, and we can send it to any of the speakers here today and let them know your questions so we can send out more information later. So if there's no more questions, we would like to wrap up our seminar here today. So on behalf of our team, we'd like to thank Mr. Kuwamura, Mr. Park, Mr. Makabe, Mrs. Shindo, Mrs. Fujiwara, and Mrs. Igarashi for speaking with us today and sharing their valuable insights and detailed explanations. So we hope you found today's seminar informative and useful. And we'll be sending that recording, as I said earlier. And with the seminar, there will also be the resources that were used here today. So if you have any questions, make sure to write them in the survey, and we will try and get back to you with information. So thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you at our next event here.
Thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。